Alright, hello everybody, welcome to a new series that I'm planning on doing called The Plan. I don't know if we'll actually stick with that title, but well. Anyways, so the idea in this series is to show a certain strategy of how to do things in certain heists, like allow and stealth. This idea was came from, what was it, a build or a... It was either a build or a video that I did demonstrating on how a heist should work. It was a bank, and I was just telling people of where snipers could actually shoot you in placements of vans, like in, not vans, ambulances, the ambulance trucks, and like where the van will spawn and everything. And I thought people kind of liked that idea, maybe, so I thought I'd try out something different. So, today we're going to be doing art gallery. Not a very fan, or I guess fan favorite, because, well, no one actually really plays this heist, but we're going to do it anyways. So, you'll spawn right here, always here. That never really seems to change. And so, when you spawn here, you can go through the entrance, which that's bad because guards and, well, there will be one guy at the desk, and ticket and info desk, so going to the entrance is usually a bad idea. Now, in additional mission equipment, there is roof access and entry point. Now, I always put down a parking lot, which basically puts a large truck and a ladder to connect you to the roof. So, if you want to go on the left side, which actually takes longer, which you can go over here, and then you can get on the roof. Now, that's how to get on top of the building. Now, if you want to do both, the way to do that is, hold on, let me just like clear everything. The way to do that is by going over here, by going past these trees and grass and everything. And you have a little sparrow ladder to get up onto the roof, and you can get into the bathrooms over here. So, the way that I usually do this stuff, gosh darn it. The way that I usually do this stealth is I'll set up the parking lot, just in case, and I'll set up a Hall A entryway, which means that there'll usually be a big statue. A statue will be there, so it'll be easier for me to get into the building. Now, these statues can spawn up to here, here, and here. You can tell I'm so good at like just drawing X's in this game. Now, the point of these is to make it easier for you to get into the actual building itself and seal paintings and everything. Now, these two halls are actually bad ideas. The reason why is because a laser could be here, and then you have to run all the way over here, or you have to run all the way over here. Now, lasers can spawn here, 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 and here. So, for instance, if you were to spawn about here, and the lasers were here, you can't go this way. But if the lasers were spawn here, you can't go that way. So you have to do a whole circle, which actually could get you into a big risk of getting detected. So ideally, getting into one of these two is not the best plan. How I always see as the best plan is going through A. Mainly because A is not affected by these problems of lasers, because if it was, then it'd only be affected here, which you can still actually go through here. Now, the desk guy couldn't spot you through here, but if you're fast enough and not carrying a body bag, if you got detected, then you can just move on by down to here and shoot these doors. Yep, that's how you shoot doors, and then go out. So that's how I usually do it, because Hall A entrance is the best one. Now, if you're not going for any of that, which I strongly recommend you get roof access, just so if you throw a painting, such from this area or any other areas, mainly these 3 here, because then you can throw them onto the roof like here, here, and here. Now I'm pretty sure the only entries to these are to the other sides here, so they're actually pretty useless. So it's actually pretty good if you throw paintings onto there, so if anyone or you are here, then you can throw paintings to there, and then you can get roof access, so then it'll be easier for you to deploy paintings to your van and not have to actually do it this way, where say you throw all the paintings onto the van there, or onto the van, where you're just throwing all the paintings, and then either you jump down or you just run across here and just put it in there. So I find it easier to just have entry access and then just go back and forth like that. So much talking, and I have barely gone through anything. Now, if you're not gonna do this entry point, which I strongly recommend just in case if any of these other points actually have lasers, there is the toilets, the other entry, the best entry, and the most used entry probably by a lot of players, because main entrance is bad. You don't use main entrance. Main entrance is an exit, in my opinion. So randomly, a guard can actually spawn here and open the door, and you can get instantly detected and lose 1 pager. So a note is, if you want to make this easier on yourself, wait a few seconds, maybe about 15 to 10 seconds. See if someone opens the door. That, or you can use your Sixth Sense skill to see if anybody's in that room. If no one's in that room, then you can open the door and go freely as you please. Now, usually, if you have insider help, you can place a key card in the bathroom, which a security room will spawn here in Hall E, in Hall C, and in Hall A. And these rooms, which the security guy will be in the middle here. Which, if you want to kill him or not and take out the cameras, is completely up to you. I strongly recommend if you are new to the game and you want it to make it easier on yourself. And I also pick up body bags because, well, that's a main essential stealth thing. Now, note that maybe not a lot of players actually know about, but there's little air dryers here. Now, on a random, I'm not saying a random chance, but most likely, usually, half the time, all those words, if you go under the air dryers, it will start to, air dry, and a guard, any nearby guard, or just any guard will actually come into that room and see if there's anything in there. Because, well, if you're a guard and you hear an air dryer go off, I mean, that's just weird, but, I mean, if I was a guard, I'd probably just leave it alone. Then I'd probably get killed or robbed. Anyways, so you gotta be careful for that and try not to actually cross that, because if you do, then, well, a guard will come in, and if you're getting a body bag or something, then you'll be caught, and then the alarm might go off. So, yeah, those are the best entry points. Now, paintings can pretty much spawn about anywhere. They can spawn on this row here, the back side, like pretty much anywhere a painting can spawn. So, the ideal strategy for getting paintings out, if you are, if you are in Hall E or Hall A or Hall C, like I explained, and throw paintings onto the roof, then it makes it easier for if you have a crew to move the paintings fast, and then you get out faster. And also, if you are sometimes lazy like me, you'll just throw paintings into the bathroom, because no one will actually be able to see the paintings, because guards will only go right about here. Right about there is usually where guards go. Gosh darn it. I can't seem to do anything right. And so, a few build kind of strategies with art gallery is the trip mine trick, and there's also the ECM rust trick. But with the recent update where it allows you to have 2 deployables, I strongly recommend actually going with all the trip mines in one ECM. That ECM will be used as your backup just in case you need to get out of there in time. So, trip mine placements. If you don't know how trip mines work in a stealth situation, which, I mean, a lot of people probably won't really care about, is that trip mines can actually be set to a basic detection mode. It will go off with a little beep, and then it will highlight any enemy, which usually it's guards and they're used for stealth, but any guard, and then track it to a certain amount. So, like how I think I was talking about before, spy cams, which are completely useless to you, by the way, completely useless because it costs 2 favors, and it's just easier to do to trip mine, or at least bring one of your teammates with trip mines to go around and actually put trip mines in the area. So, yeah, the best placements I've found, which you'll probably see in the video, is for the main ones, which is you want to place one here, here, on this side, here, 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 and here. Now be careful, because if you actually cross the red lasers, then the alarm will go off, and then, yeah, that'll be fun. So be careful when you're placing a trip mine on the red lasers. Just keep that in mind. Now, you'll say, well, I have a bunch of remaining trip mines, what do I do? I recommend placing 2 here. That way, you can actually see guards going to the across hallways here, corridors, whatever you want to call them. And it makes it easier to see. And I also place 1 in the bathroom, because sometimes guards will go in there randomly, but I just recommend putting that just in case. The last few, which I'm not entirely sure how many you will have, because I forgot about that, I recommend placing 2 here, just because guards will randomly go out the front and check the doors. They don't actually care if you shoot the doors. Just make sure that you don't shoot any of the glass around this area, or the glass doors. Like, don't shoot the glass in those doors. Just, you know, shoot the doors so that they're open. Yeah, you get the idea. So then you can tell if they're there. Now, I'm pretty sure you'll have about 3 remaining trip mines. With this, I recommend placing 1 across this street. At least 1, usually about maybe here. That way, if you kill a certain amount of guards, and if you're like, oh god, I don't know where he's going to show up, which I think usually goes there. I don't think he actually goes on this side. But just to tell, you can place trip mines here to see where he's at. You know, just in case if he's across anywhere. And if you want, I guess you can place a trip mine across this door. So then you use up all your trip mines if you have any. So there you go. All the trip mine placements you'll ever need. And you use that ECM just in case if you need to run out in time. And yeah, so there you go. I can't really give on any real details of how to do this, I guess, stealth. Just be fast and, I don't know, put the paintings on the roof, which is usually a good idea because then you won't have trouble. And then put it in the bathroom, so that way, you know, you can come back for it later, or put it on the roof. So that's how to do it stealth. Now, if you're doing it stealth and then you fail and it goes loud, if one of your teammates has a saw, which they should in this situation, then what you can do is you can saw the bars of the paintings and get out there faster, instead of have to go into the security room, which, by the way, bring a key card just in case if none of your teammates have a saw, so then you can open the security room, and if you do end up going loud, you have extra time to actually set up the computer. By the way, just to let everybody know, these walls will be cut off. They will close doors on you, the security shutters, when it goes loud. So if you're doing stealth and you're like, oh, I can't get out because of the shutters, then, well, you're stuck in there for a while until either you open the security door and release the security shutters, or see the cops actually go in and open the shutters. And that's about it. Now for loud, if you accidentally end up going loud, or if you do just go loud in general, the loud way to do it, in my full opinion, is still having, well, actually you don't need roof access. That's not needed. Hold on. Kitty, you're just complaining. You just ruined the recording. I hope you're happy. Sorry about that. Well, actually, now since you have a saw, it will be easier for you to open. But if none of your teammates actually bring a saw, then bring a key card just in case. But entry points are not really needed, technically. Also, the good thing about entry points is if you do end up going loud and if you have a crew, your crew can actually be there to cover you when one can actually go down and help you if he actually is a loud player, or just, you know, try and back you up and make sure you don't die. Also, it's nice to throw the paintings to your teammates through the skylights, which are, you know, the little sky openings here. So that's also a good little tip to have if you end up going loud on stealth. Now, if you just go up pretty much doing loud, main entrance, still a bad idea. Even though you're going loud, I do recommend going to the back to the bathrooms. That way, you can go here. You have more time if you do this. If you just shoot the doors here, the guard will be alerted. He'll call the cops in. If you actually shoot him, the cameras will actually will detect you. But which, by the way, if you don't have a saw, make sure you have a key card. And dead drops, you don't need a body bag. I usually just bring a doctor bag and a ammo bag because, well, that's good in any situation. So, if you go back, and this is probably going to take more time because you have to pick lock the door. So, once you go in the toilets, you rush in, you go into this hallway, you try and grab as many paintings as you can. Go through all the hallways, and once it goes loud, then the bars will close and you can't grab any more paintings. So try and get as many paintings as you can. That way, it reduces the amount that you have to actually grab. And, you know, just try and get as many paintings as you can. So, well, I did that, right? If you grabbed all the paintings and now it went loud and you're actually stuck in here. Well, I recommend only maybe 2 or 3 people actually go in, and 1 or 2 players, if it's one really good player, then leave him outside to grab paintings to throw, for you guys to throw to him on the little skylights to move to the van, which that will be nice. And if you have a saw, then you can just saw the bars and throw them to him, and then if you want, then you can wait for the cops to open the security shutters, and then you can run out. Which, by the way, how I see it is the roof is a bad idea. The roof is a bad idea to go on when going loud, to actually go there to escape. Even though I'm saying right now that, you know, you leave 1 player on the roofs to pick up the paintings. The reason why I'm saying that that's a bad idea is because snipers will spawn right over here and right over here. So they pretty much have this area down. They can shoot anybody on the roof. They can shoot anybody on the streets, shoot someone there, shoot anybody here. But here's the thing. This is where lobby actually comes in handy. Is once you've gotten paintings, or you're trying to move paintings because you didn't throw any paintings to your buddy on the roof, or your buddy is down and you need to get him. The best way I see this is if you are here, what you do is you rush out onto here, see if there's any guys, pop them if you can, run down here, and then break through the glass, which then you'll be on the street, or on the parking lot, the lower parking lot, which go behind the cars. Be careful about this. Make sure you go in behind the cars, and then rush back up over here and pick up your teammate or throw the paintings in. That way, you have more coverage from the snipers from here to here, or you'll be less likely to get shot. I mean, you can get shot, but it's less likely too, because they have more cover. And that's the best way to move paintings if you do go loud and you don't throw them over, or one of your teammates is down by the van and you have to pick them up. Now, if I didn't now say, well, I didn't actually get a saw, or none of my teammates had a saw, then this is going to be a longer task for you. If you don't have a saw, or if any of your teammates don't have a saw, or if you didn't grab any paintings, then the guy on the roof that you left, or if you did actually leave a guy on the roof, a certain amount of guys, then his role right now is to make sure where the cops are, to take as many cops down as he can before it goes loud. That's why I say in case of 2 or 1, a really good player, you leave on the roof, just in case if this does end up happening, because if you didn't get a saw or any paintings, then that guy will have to actually take out guys on the streets or anything, and he'll have no way to get in. But he does have a way to get in, I forgot, which is in these halls here. That way, if you have an additional roof access, then you can actually pop onto there. But if you didn't, then, you know, it's entirely up to you of how you want to set this up. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Anyways, so this is going to be a longer process for you if you didn't either get a saw or if you didn't get the key card. If you got the key card, then you'll get more time. If you didn't get the key card, then you're going to have, well, a harder time. Though if you do have a saw, which you probably end up getting because of the amount of skills that you actually put into technician to get up to trip mines, if you actually went that route, then you can actually just drill or saw, or even, or well, you don't really need to saw them because you'll just saw all the paintings. There's no reason to saw the door. Or got the key card, then you can enter here and get the computer started. That computer will take about, I think, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, maybe 3 minutes, I think, if I remember correctly. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So once those are done, then you can grab the paintings, and then you can move out probably through this access that I was actually talking about, through the parking lot, the lower parking lot. But if you want to be risky and go on the roof and may die to a sniper, which I say don't really do, because that's, you can get sniped from there, and if none of your teammates have inspired, then you are pretty much stuck up there until someone can kill the snipers here and a sniper there. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing really else to cover here in a 23-minute video talking about art gallery. Now we can actually probably go into the heist, and I can describe some of the points that I'm actually talking about. But there is differences between Death Wish and any other difficulties. The main difference between Death Wish and I think these are the only real changes, is there will actually be more guards on Death Wish, and any difficulty higher than that. You'll get Titan cameras as usual, and I'm pretty sure the total paintings you have to get is a total of 9, if I remember correctly. On Death Wish, it will always be 9. I think I could be wrong, though I am on Death Wish, so we can actually check that out. So, hold on. Which, by the way, I won't be placing any trip mines down, because for some reason, some of my mods will actually cause the any technician deployable will instantly just crash my game. I don't know what it is. Which, by the way, yes, I did turn on this turn off the sound so you can listen to the music. Sirens in the distance. That's funny. All right. So, like I was describing, you will always spawn about here. Now, like I said, if you want to go this route, you can go around, or you can even go on the street, but it's more ideally that you want to go over on the street over there and not the actual, like, road. So then you can go around here or the stairs, up to you. And then you see there's the van, and then there's the little truck there. By the way, that's the little entrance that I was talking about, where you can hop down onto there, take her from that car, then take cover from this car, then sneak your way by to the stairs, and then get over here to your van or any teammate that is down over here. Now, as I'm hopping up to here, and there you go, you're on the roof. You can be like over here, be checking paintings. You can actually go in if you want, but for now I'm just going to be like showing you guys, yep, checking for paintings, which is highly recommended during this heist. So if you're by yourself, keep, use your brain and keep track, or you can type in chat being like, let's see here, Hall A, that's way too many, Hall A 2, or actually, if you want to get fancy about it, you can say there's 2 paintings in Hall A. By the way, there's also a guard there, but that's not really important in this video. So, basically, if you didn't want to keep track of your mind, you can actually type in the chat if you are in a on CrimeNet on a public game where you can actually switch it so players can join your game, or if you're offline, then you won't actually have this feature. So I recommend doing this heist online, so that way, if you want to keep track, saying Hall B has 3. Let's say that. Hall B has 3. And you never want to walk here. Never walk across this, because the guard can see you. Also, by the way, a camera can spawn there, which I didn't really do the camera placement, which kind of sucks, but oh well, you'll figure out the camera placements. See, that's what I was talking about. Guards will come to the doors and check outside to see if you're running across. That's why I say you place a trip mine there and a trip mine right about there. That way you can see if they're up there or not. So if you didn't go this route, which we'll hop down over here and then run across over here. So the reason why you never want to go to the entrance is if a guard is here, or he will actually see you. But if you do end up going to the entrance, shoot the lock here. That's where I was talking about, not the glass right here or here. Shoot the pick lock, so you don't have to, pick lock it. And then if you want, duck, because he's right there. That's why I say never go through the entrance, because he can see you here and here. Which, by the way, place a trip mine there, and then place a trip mine here, which is going to be interesting. But a camera can actually spawn there, which, by the way, he is not looking at me anymore. So you can actually go through there, which he'll switch between sides. He'll look that way, he'll look in the front there, and then he'll look over there. Which now we can run out. So now, if you are the player that didn't go that route, and actually you're spawned here, then you're like me that usually does it this way, where I jump across to here, and now this is where you usually wait for if someone actually comes out. Now, if you can see here, this is Death Wish, and I'm not entirely sure how many paints I'm supposed to steal, but it says 8 guards, so keep in mind. I think the 9th guard is the one where he's in the bathroom, so just keep in mind. So while I'm picklocking this, I'm just, casually moving along. Once you enter, pass behind this point, at this point, when you grab a painting, apparently it's 6. Apparently it said it's either a total of 9 or 10 paintings, maybe that's what it was. So, yeah, once you pick up a painting, so once you're in here, grab a body bag, grab the key card, just in case, like that. Never run through here. You can't actually hear, hold on. Let me turn on the sound a bit. See, that's what happened. It plays the little fan sound. So, if you're around there too long, a guard will actually come in and check that out. That's why I recommend if you actually do pass by see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. A guard will never pass through like there. Yeah, where he's standing. So, yeah, never pass through those air dryers. As you can see, as I have demonstrated right now. He's just gonna look around for a bit. So, yeah, then he'll go away after a while. So that's why I recommend if you do ever go past through these, make sure you have someone place a trip mine there or there. That way you can cover that base. I guess you can also, like, place it here, but, well. So next way to throw a painting, right? So you grab your painting, now you're in the bathroom or you're wherever. Usually you'll go out the door here, then go onto the roof, jump over here, go on the sides here, jump over here. Not a whole lot of parkour, but yeah. Go over here, and then jump down, throw the painting in, and there you go. So now if you hop up over here, this is where I was talking about the other entranceway. So I'm in Hall A, checking around. Open a little thing here. They won't actually know the skylight's open, and then I'm now in here. Dropping in, looking in. So make sure you place one right there, and you place one right about there. So now let's look through here. Look for any paint. Ah, there we go, painting. So now I can show you some throwing aspects. Now, if you have the throwable transporter, which you should by now, you'll be able want to throw the painting like that. Now, if you're new to the game and if it takes a few tries, don't get upset. It happens to everybody who starts out throwing paintings. Or if you're a natural pro, then you're a show-off. Which only I was wrong about Hall A having 2 paintings. Apparently there was just one, but I just, you know, as an example, where there's a camera that can spawn there, and that guard can see me. So the camera will actually be able to see you right there, so that's kind of bad. But that's how you throw paintings. You want to use those skylights there. So now I'm going to actually try and escape the grasp of this guy. Yeah. And there you go. So yeah, just those little entryways that I was talking about. Those are where you want to place your trip mines. I am bad at sentence making. So there you go. Now, right, I'm here. I'm not actually going to shoot the glass. So I'm right here, drop down onto here. There's a sniper that can snipe me from there. I can either shoot him, or what I can do is I can take cover right here. By taking cover here, which, by the way, cloakers will spawn under here. I'm not going to go through cloaker spawns because, well, cloakers. They can spawn under certain cars. So be careful, be wary of that. But a cloaker... which one is better, a cloaker or a sniper? Or which one is worse? I don't know. But anyways, when you're right here, you can either peek out, do a little CSGO WarOwl action there. Or, if you really need to be in a hurry, then duck here, hop over here, try and stick to the wall here, and then you run up here, try and shoot that sniper, go over here, pick up your teammate, like right here, or wherever he's at, but make sure you're in a certain cover point, and the sniper will be usually right over there, where I was talking about. But if you're in a hurry, then you will just rush the escape van, hide over here, and then you're good to go. And so now, let's see here. But yeah, these little entryways here, like that one, you place a trip mine there, place a trip mine there. Now, let's see here. Place a trip mine there, and, you know, security room is not around here. So this is where I was talking about. See? This is what I mean. This is what I mean about having a statue form here. If I were to drop down to there, the lasers are right there. So I cannot go through here without sounding the alarm. So I'm going to have to make all the way to there in order to deliver my painting. That is why it is usually recommended to go through these certain hallways, which, by the way, there's a security cam. But be careful when you're going through these, because you want to be very stealth, and that's why you have the trip mines. Excuse me. Why you have the trip mines to actually open, or not open, but to cover your places. So let's see if I can actually grab 2 more paintings, because I don't know, it'd just be nice to get some little XP and maybe some, you know. By the way, package spawns, you can look that up by yourself. I'm not going to go through package spawns because packages are not that important. Now, here's why you don't want to go here through loud. Right, I'm a guy, oh, look at me, I'm out here, which, don't worry, I do this from time to time, too, because, you know, I forget my own strategy. I'm now in the open. A cloaker can be behind here, and a cloaker can be behind here sometimes, maybe over here, and a cloaker will usually be behind there. Also, the sniper will be right about there. So I'm out here. I might have gotten shot up, but there's usually a turret that also spawns here because they added turrets now. So the turret can actually shoot me up, and the sniper from there, or if the sniper can actually, I'm not entirely sure, from there, then both snipers and the sentry can get me down, and then I'm down, and then my teammates are going to have to pick me up, or if anyone has Inspire, then I'm up, going to run back in, and then not go outside. But if you do decide to be, like, you know, like, going out on the street is a bad idea in general, so don't really do that. So there you go. Also, and this is where I was talking about the roof. So, I'm in here, going in here, and, right, I'm already outside. The turret can shoot me, and also the sniper can shoot me. So I'm going up the ladder, trying to dodge all the bullets, but the snipers are really good. Now I'm up to here, which the sniper can be over here and over there. And mind you, the turret is already over there, so and there's a ton of cops in here, so I'm vulnerable. I can get shot up so many times, so that's why, you know, if you want, you can actually take cover, maybe take out the sniper over there, and then, you know, go, but, you know, go to different covers, but the sniper can still get you from here. So that's why you want to, if you are going to the roof, make sure you take cover. That is the main plan of this, is taking cover. But yeah, the sniper will spawn there, which that is probably like the easiest sniper to get, but just be wary because snipers are snipers. But that is the hardest sniper to get because it's just hard to aim where he's at. And then once you're here, then you can actually drop down to here, and then you're in full cover. And then if you have a painting, throw it in, go back there, and if you got the entryway, then go down to there. If you didn't, then move down over here, pass to this car, jump down to here, and then move over here to here, and then shoot that glass if it isn't. By the way, be wary of cloakers, and then move into there. And there you go. Alright, so now, let's see, what's the next one? Oh, C4 placements. Now, if you don't know, cops will actually C4 the walls. They will C4 that wall. They'll always C4 the back, or actually they can C4 that. They can C4 that wall, that wall, that wall. Actually that wall. That wall, maybe that wall, maybe those walls, and I'm pretty sure they don't actually C4 any of those walls. And there you go. So those are all C4 placements so the cops can actually enter into the building. And yes, they can go into the skylights, and if a cop is like right up here, he can actually shoot you through there, so be wary about that. Now, my teammate just went loud. I'm the only player up here, or I'm with a teammate, but if I'm the only player up here, and I have a really bad entryway into here, I can either go into the other ones, or I could actually set out here, look for snipers, but Bane will tell you when snipers are actually dropping in. Or I could clear the streets as much as I can if my teammates are getting out and I can actually cover them. Or if my teammates actually grabbed a few paintings, or if my teammates have a saw, then I can grab the paintings, go down to here, and then I can either throw them if I'm, you know, a good player and can throw pretty good, or I just throw them into the van, and there we go. Alright. So now, if we wanted to, I can actually try and stealth this heist, but, Actually, hold on. Let me show you about the, security room, because I can't really show that off too much in the pre-planning stages. So we're going to move down to here, over here. Oh. Hold on. This is what I mean. My game will instantly crash when I try and place a C4 down. Ay. Well, you're just going to have to deal with a black screen, or actually, hold on. Let me just open it to here. And I'm waiting, and waiting. Alright, there we go. Alright, so, yeah, that is the main plan that you want to do for planning a heist for art gallery. Make sure you go back and watch the footage. And I do have a set build here, which I will show off for you guys. It's a little early access. It's not Shadow Raid 2.0. I have to actually work on that. So here's all the really necessary skills that you need for this. Resilience, just to get up to transporter to throw bags further. By the way, this is how I would see it through stealth, but I mean, I guess I can show a loud version, but Jack of all trades, just to get your C4s in there and, you know, place them down the trip mines. Don't need that really. I'm just getting rid of skills that you don't really need. Get these so then you can get the key card, lockpicking, all that. Then you can get the ECM, and then there you go, parkour, because you can run and sprint. You don't really need this or that, and you're just good here. Or actually, you don't really need that either. I mean, to be honest. And then you don't need all these pistol skills. What's wrong with you? But I see. Actually, hold on. Let me show you something. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I can just get rid of that anyways. Let's see here. Boo. Now, let me show you something interesting before we go, actually. The reason why I had it set up is, look at that. 100 stability and 88 accuracy and 50 damage to a Beretta, or Bernetti, however you want to describe it. 9. Now, I do have a boost with my concealment. That's why it's like up to 34 concealment, which is best concealment in the game. But yeah, anyways, that's about it for this video of the plan. Hope you guys like this type of series setup. I kind of feel like WarOwl when he's like describing tips for a CSGO, but CSGO is actually a competitive game. This is team-based, and well, yeah. If I didn't describe anything in this video, like certain things, or if you have any other questions, put in the comments below, and I'll see if I can read, or well, see if I can answer them, or actually get back to you on them. And next episode, we'll be going over probably bank. You know what? Let's do bank, because we're gonna go in order of all the stealth heists and contracts. So you know what? We'll do bank next. Which bank will be fun for me. And sorry I didn't actually really describe of how the heist works, but because my game crashes. Anyways, that's about it, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please check out some videos on the channel. I'll be making this either a separate playlist, but I'll even put it into the builds playlist because, hey, it's a nice thing to do. But yep, the plan, series where I describe, you know, strategy with Payday and certain heists, and you know, maybe I'll even describe like maybe guns again or something. I don't know. It's up, you know, it's up to me, but I like some suggestions from you guys. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please check out some videos on the channel. Check out the build videos. They're going to come soon from this. By the way, this is actually recorded after the build videos that will be coming out soon. So, yep, just letting you know. And yeah, that's about it. So as always, see you in the next video. Stay safe and have fun.